My name is Ioan Trafalis, and I work for the Athens Institute for Education and Research, which is a world association for academics and researchers. We have started a new initiative of interviewing the participants which attend our many conferences and Athens present their work. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Carmen Cozma, Professor Alexandru Ioan Cuza, University of Iasi, Romania. Hello, Dr. Carmen. Welcome to Athens.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you once again.
So I'd like to begin with your presentation at our conference. You present your paper titled Unethical Counseling, Aiming to a Good Life Through Training in and Using Moral Philosophy. Tell us a few words about it.
Yes, I must confess that I am really interested on this topic. It is a way for a healthy human life, finally, to say just synthetically. Also, it is a relatively recent domain and job as philosophical counseling, and within this territory, the nucleus part could be, in my opinion, the ethical counseling. I trust that it can become in future a good job for our student graduates. And why do I say so? Because there are many countries in the world, in America, Europe, also South Africa, in Australia, in Asia, where philosophical counseling is acknowledged as a kind of work, a job. And I'm sure that it could be something welcome, not only for the professionals in philosophy, but also for the well-being, generally speaking, in the society. Because the practitioners in such a field who just must graduate philosophy could be very good advisors, but better they offer a guidance for clients who have to face problems from the daily existence to the great questions as regard the meaning of life. How do we face the problem of death, etc. This is all about.
Yes. So you talk about the aim to a good life. What is a good life, and what are the conditions for a good life?
I try to say very simple,
Yes.
purely and simple, because in my opinion, good life supposes to get a decent status from a material point of view, from a financial point of view, also social status as a professional who work with competence, with devotion, but much more with pleasure. And first of all, conditions for a good life, it is my credo, supposes to be a person who is continuously trying to ascend in a spiritual way to anabasis. Is it correctly? Yes, who is interested to make him or herself better, and especially as a moral being. Because I really believe, not because this is my domain of interest, moral philosophy, but I really believe that our peculiar feature as human being and our chance at the same time is to manifest ourselves as moral beings.
Yes, I agree. So tell us a few words about yourself, your studies, your career, and whatever else you like that.
Yeah. Firstly, I studied music for 12 years. Then I studied philosophy at Alexandru Cuza University of Iași. I worked as a teacher in a high school in Suceava. This is a town in the north of Romania, in Bucovina, the county of the famous monasteries with exterior frescoes. Then I worked as a researcher at the Institute of Social Sciences, Romanian Academy branch in Iași, and since 1992 I became firstly lecturer, then assistant professor, and since 2001 I am a full professor. Meanwhile, in '96 I defended my doctoral thesis in philosophy, in ethics, and my hobby remained music, classical music, and my favorite composers are Johann Sebastian Bach and George Enescu.
Very nice. So what's your major current area of research?
My major domains,
Yes.
are moral philosophy, also deontology applied in different domains of activity, for example, in social work or in communications, and also phenomenology of life. Phenomenology of life linked to Anna Teresa Diminesca, one of the most impressive philosophers of the contemporary culture. She passed away a few years ago, exactly on June 7, 2014. I was in Cambridge that time during our international conference of phenomenology, and it came this bad news. She remained the author of this direction in contemporary phenomenology, the phenomenology of life, and I had the privilege to meet her and to co-work with her for 15 years. It was a lovely personality with Imaginatio Creatrix. This is one of her concepts developed in her works. Creative imagination, extraordinary. And I just want to say that especially two treatises signed by Anna Teresa Diminesca are very, very important for phenomenology in general. It is about logos and life. She published in 4 books this treatise between 1988 and 2000, and then another treatise, The Fullness of the Logos in the Key of Life, in 2 tomes, published in 2009 and 2012. She worked till the last moment of her life.
Yes.
These are my domains.
Thank you. So how were you introduced to Atner, and what made you attend the conference?
Yes, thank you for this question, because I am really honored to participate in this very, very interesting and own conference. I have the opportunity to meet here yesterday, and it follows today. very interesting persons, and I heard papers who made me to reflect much deeper. So after the 23rd Congress, International World Congress of Philosophy, held here in Athens in 2013, I've received an invitation from Athens to participate in the conference on humanities, and I did it. It was my first attendance in January 2014. And now it is my second presence here, and once again I want to thank to the president of this institute, Professor Papanikos, Gregory Papanikos, also to the entire team of organizers, also to you, because it is a very, very good conference and unfolding, and you gave us the opportunity to know each other and to change information from different points of view as regards humanity, globalizing, and some other interesting subjects for our nowadays.
Thank you. So, what? Tell us about the status of the higher education system in Romania, and what do you think are the advantages and its disadvantages?
Oh.
Hard question.
Hard question. Right, you're right. We still enjoy a healthy education system in Romania, but I must say that during the last 27 years, after the changes, political changes in our country, the school was in decline, especially the pre-university education system. Now I just try to believe that we have had elections last weeks, and I trust that the new governance will take care much more about the education system, and once again I think that if everybody is doing the own duty on the workplace, the things are going well, and especially those who are working in education have a great responsibility to take care, to contribute to the development of the personality of students. We have like I'm sure I know this because I've been here many times. We have youth who are gifted, who are intelligent, who manifest desire to learn, but they need to meet with competent and caring teachers, professors, and I really believe that we must put in act love in education, the ethical love. Not be understood.
Yes.
I'm speaking about a kind of philia and caring in everything we are doing, to be partners for our students.
Thank you very much. It was very nice.
Thank you very much.